On the Donna Smith
Okay,
Show.
I see it now.
On the Donna Smith
Mm,
Show.
so,
And this is
this
how
is
we
how
do
we
it.
do.
And this is how we do it. On the Donna Smith Show. Yeah, on the Donna Smith Show. There we go. There we go. Hey, hey, world. Hey, hey, everybody. What's up? What's up? Let me get back to y'all. Let me get back to y'all. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, everybody. We are here this evening. Are we all here? We're all
Yes.
here.
Yeah, we're
Grown, sexy, and pink. Hey. How y'all doing today on this wonderful 49er beat down day? Yeah.
This is the
Okay.
first show of the new year, by the way.
That's right. Congratulations, 49ers. We're going to say that first. We are going to the Super Bowl. Yes. I wish I was
Yeah.
going on one of them Super Bowl cruises because I would be acting a nut. Let me tell you. But I want to congratulate them. Them boys played because for a minute, I was nervous. I was nervous when we was down 3 touchdowns. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Wait, this ain't cute at all. Wait a minute. We didn't come this far to get blew out now, but we did that, y'all. Keep the faith, keep believing in the Bay, okay? Welcome everybody to the show. Sorry for the delay. We've had some ins and outs, but we are here live today, Sunday, and I want to welcome my panel, Gareth, me, the hostess with the most, Donna Smith, Cordell, and JJ Shepard. My old faithfuls, they here in the house. Mwah. I appreciate you guys. And I do want to say that, excuse me, whatever content we talk about, whatever questions we may raise, especially inquiring minds want to know questions, they are personal questions that people are going through those particular situations. They ask that we share what they're going through and not disclose who they are. And it would be nice sometime with the inquiring minds just to hit us back and let us know what happened. How did everything work out? Did we help you? You know what I'm saying? Did the comments do you any good? Okay. So I just want to thank you guys. And if any topic or questions or anything is not for you, I understand. We're not intending to offend or make anyone feel uncomfortable in any way. Perhaps if something does make you feel uncomfortable, just kind of mute it and come back because I'm quite sure there is going to be some fun in something that we present or something of interest. So again, I'd like to say welcome everybody tonight to our show. And like we do in the beginning of all our shows, we do our toast to the hostess with the mostest. And I ask that you all raise up your glasses or your bottles or whatever you may have in the moment. JJ, oh JJ, look at him. He is filled to the brim. Look at that, y'all. He ain't got nothing.
I ain't
He ain't got
playing.
no room there. What you got there, Cordell? You got yours?
I
I'm
got
not
a
playing.
glass.
You got
My
an
glass,
empty glass?
yeah, it's empty right now. I couldn't wait.
Oh man, he glooped his up. What about you, Gareth? Gareth,
I
what
don't
you got?
blame you.
Oh, is that a sparkling
That's a
cider?
sparkling cider.
Get
Oh, that's
down,
my
get
favorite.
down. Well, I
That's
got
my
my
favorite sparkling.
this is my animalistic thermos here. It keeps it cold, it keeps it hot. So right now I got something in here that's real good for me to relax a girl. It ain't too much, it ain't doing too much, but
So is it hot or is it cold?
well, it's cold right now.
Okay.
I got
Toast
me
it
some
up,
vodka.
y'all.
I got me
Click,
some
click,
vodka and
clank.
cranberry juice, y'all.
Mm,
So here we go.
that's right. There y'all go. And I just want to say something about the vodka and cranberry. You know, ever since I'm a social drinker, you guys. I just kind of do my thing socially here and there, and it doesn't take that much. Just a little bit of
Hmm.
something goes a long way for me. But I remember Cavassier and Hennessy, and that used to be my thing. That used to be my go-to. And I would have a 7 Up back. It's crazy. I would drink it and drink that 7 Up behind it and be just right, right? And then I found out that dark alcohol is really not good for you. You know, it's not good on your system. It's not good after the fact. You know, I don't know if any of you have ever been hungover or did a little too much or whatever, but that dark will kick your butt, okay?
Yeah.
Um, So I switched to the light bright alcohol, and I now that gin will make you sin. Now, I tried to mess with some of that gin. I can't. Ooh, baby, that gin something else. I was speaking in
I
another
had to do
language.
vodka
Yeah,
because I
well,
was
I
a
do vodka
Parmesan.
now.
I
I do
was a
vodka.
Parmesan brother. I could drink a whole bottle of Parmesan plain
Yeah.
in
Oh
my
wow.
younger years, but as I've gotten older, I've had to mix it. I can't even do Parmesan at all.
I used to like the Parmesan VSOP. Parmesan used to be that brandy that wasn't too cheap but wasn't really expensive. It was in the middle and you can afford it.
Smack in the middle, and it was just the
Yeah.
quality of it was just right.
And I would grab me
I
some
can't
of
mess with
that,
it no
and
more.
it was all good with that Parmesan. And then I was doing a little E&J. That
Yep, that's my
E&J
other
was on the
go-to.
same level, VSOP. And then, I did my Hennessy on a good day. But the Hennessy is smooth. I didn't have a whole lot of aftermath, but I know with the vodka, I'll tell you, I don't get slammed like that the next day. I
Mm-mm.
don't feel like a Mack truck ran over me, even when I
Yeah,
kind of,
me
have
neither.
a half a drink more than I know I should. But I try to keep myself within. We all have our limits.
Right,
We all know our limits. Some people can slam dunk 6 drinks, and you're like, "What the heck?" And they
right.
still be functionable. And I'd be like, do they
Ow.
have a tapeworm or something? I mean, they can get down. I can't do all that.
I can't do all
I
that no
can't.
more.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I
And
can't.
you don't want to be out of character with your drinking. You don't want to be to the point. There's some that get to the point where they don't even remember what happened the day before, what happened the night before. they the alcohol just zaps them out. Whenever you're out of the sorts, and please, you guys, never, ever, ever drive and you've been drinking like that. If you know somebody that's trying to drive and they've been drinking, take their keys, hide them, do whatever you could do to keep their butts where they're at, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
And
Um,
please let me testify. I have driven while drunk, and I was like, I can't. I was like, I can't do this. I had to find
no,
somewhere and pull over, but I was so inebriated. Like you feel like you have control, but you
yeah.
don't. You don't have control.
Your
You pull.
judgment and everything is off. Everything is
Just
at a slower off pace for
you
real.
have no control like you thought you did. And you got to
No.
pull over if you can't and just rest for a little while. And hopefully nobody can catch you while you inebriated like that. I was able to wake up the next morning and take myself to work.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm gonna share this story with you guys before we move on. Since we're talking about this, I remember it was one
Mm-hmm.
time in my entire life, and I have, thank you, Jesus, lived some life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was hosting a spoken word. I was hosting, I think it was the Me Lounge in Hayward. And I was doing a Friday night host of spoken word there. And so I had a few of wines or something, just to kind of make me feel relaxed or whatever. And so after I left there, I wasn't drunk, but I was feeling all right, and I didn't live extremely far from there. So I'm driving down Mission Boulevard, and my girlfriend was ahead of me, and she was trying to call me to text me and let me know it was a checkpoint up ahead,
Mm.
right? But I didn't get the call. I had the music on. I was doing something else where I didn't get the call. So before I knew it, I'm driving into this checkpoint, bright
Mm-mm-mm.
lights shining, all that. I had never experienced nothing like that's the scariest thing, right? They pulled me over and they asked for my license and all that, and I gave it to them. Asked me where I coming from. I told them. And then the officer asked me had I had anything to drink, and me with my little duh, I'm like, yeah,. Yeah. He said, so what did you have to drink? I said, I had a couple of glasses of wine. I'm just thinking that's all innocent, right? Which I was
Mm-mm.
told, Donna, you shouldn't have never even said that, right? But I said, I
You
had a
shouldn't have
couple
said
glasses of wine.
nothing. Yeah.
So before
Okay.
I knew it, they asked me to get out the car. I'm getting out the car. I'm like, oh, and I had on my little short skirt. I was looking so cute, just a cute little thing that night, right? I saw the officer looking at me, whoever he was, officer something. He was looking at me like, oh. But anyway, so I get out and he was, telling me I had to do the test. I had never in my life did this stuff, right?
Oh my
And I
God.
wasn't drunk or nothing, but I had some alcohol in me. But he was asking me to do all this stuff, walk the line, touch the nose, do this, that, do all this stuff, right? And I'm like, wow. And I remember just saying, just stay calm, do what they say, do what they say. So I was able to do all that because I wasn't drunk, right? But I did have some alcohol in me. So then the other officer says, well, we need to do a sobriety test on her, for me to blow in the thing, right? So I'm like, sobriety test? He said, yeah, let me go to the car and get the thing so she can. And it just so happens he comes back and he said they didn't have one in there. They didn't know what happened to it. They couldn't find it. It wasn't one in the car, which I know I had a guardian angel because even though I was not drunk and I passed all the other stuff, it was going to be more than 0.8 because I
Yeah,
had
it's
like
definitely more than
I had
that.
2.5, 3 glasses of wine, right? Wine don't do a
Right.
lot for me, but it's still alcohol and it still does make you, So he looked at my license and he said, so you don't live far from here. You on your way home? And I say, yes, I am. He said, well, I advise you to go straight home. Go straight home. What I say, officer, you don't have to worry. And I'm shaking like this, right? I'm like, you don't have to worry, officer. I'm going straight home. I ain't stopping nowhere. Thank you very much. Have a good night. I got in my car. I was so scared for that whole ordeal that I vouched to never, as far as I can help it, ever have to go through nothing like that. Because you come this close to, and I heard that the fines and just the incrimination, the
They make a
stuff on
lot
the
of money off
record
of it.
of the DUI and all that,
I
I don't
really,
ever want to
at this
have to
point,
go through
I
that.
don't think it's really about public safety. I think it's about making money off of people.
It's very expensive. You are
It's very
going to
expensive.
pay. You're going
Well,
to pay for that,
well,
and you're
I'll
going
say
to.
this. I'll say this. This is what I saw firsthand. I had to do jury duty for Sacramento. This is about maybe 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I saw this firsthand in one of the courtrooms. It had DUI, it had lawyer fees, court costs, and one other category. But these items were pinned up against the wall in the courtroom. I said to myself, is it that bad? Do we have that many people getting stopped for DUIs? But
Mm-hmm.
apparently we do. We have more DUIs in the state of California than anywhere else. So,
Oh, Colorado's up there.
oh,
Beverly, Colorado's up there with y'all. Just so you
yeah.
know.
So the fines and penalties are quite hefty,
Mm-hmm.
and even trying to reconcile that stuff with your insurance is even more crazier. So if you cannot do it, don't do it.
That's right.
I don't have to worry about it. I can't drive anymore anyway. So,
Yeah.
but
Well,
anyway,
it's a thing where, excuse me, some will sit up and try to justify the fact that I only had a few beers, only had a couple glasses of wine. Let me tell you, grown folks, ladies and gentlemen, alcohol is alcohol. And if you have 0.8 or more in your system, I don't care what you drank. You had the alcohol. And you can't, it's not going to be any lighter than you slamming some Cavassier, Hennessy, vodka, whatever. Some people can drink a whole 6-pack of beer or more and be kind of loaded on it or okay and think, well, it's just beer, it's okay. They pull you over and you got over that range, you're going to be in trouble. Okay. I'm thinking, like I said, I passed everything. I was not drunk. I was just feeling a little mellow. I was on my way home. The bottom line is probably for my height and my weight at the time, 2.5, 3 glasses of wine was enough to get me in a lot of trouble if I had to blow into that thing.
And side note, some of these officers be looking good. Let me just put that out there. They be
They
looking
do.
damn good,
They
male
do.
or female. They be
They
looking
do.
good, and they know how. And I feel like they be trying to low key seduce you because they know they look good, and they be like they try talk to you some kind of way and make you feel like you could be comfortable with them. And it's a trap. Okay,
It was,
it's
I mean,
all a
they had me
trap.
do everything.
Don't fall into the trap.
I was touching the nose, bending over, doing all this stuff. They were just looking at my cute little mini skirt and watching my little self. And I mean, the thing is, it's not about, because like you said, it kind of alters your judgment and this and that. And even though I may have thought I was okay and I was not drunk, but you still are somewhat altered. You do have the
Right.
alcohol in you. So
I just
my
had to put that out
reaction to
there.
something would have been different from if I hadn't had that at all. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just be careful, you guys. No drinking.
Please be careful, y'all.
Please be careful. It's mighty expensive. And last I heard, somebody some years ago had gotten a DUI, and I think they had to pay $10,000 back then for the fine. That's not including everything else that's tapped on. So I can imagine what it costs now. I don't even want to know.
I'm trying to pay $10K for a car. What I look like paying a fine.
And can you imagine? I hate having to pay. I hate having to pay parking tickets, giving them $80, $90. That's just,
Right.
you just feel like you just giving the city money just to kind of, it's like,
You
man, I
are.
could have, them parking tickets. Oh my God, I don't even want to talk
But the
about it.
most embarrassing thing you didn't really say is that you get detained, you go to jail.
Yeah.
That's a
You
pretty
ain't lying about
embarrassing
that.
thing when you haven't gone before. So you talking about all your rights being stripped away. So a lot of things can happen when you get detained. So
Yeah,
it's not to drink and drive anyway, but like I always say, if you're gonna drink, might as well just stay home and kick it.
stay
Yep,
home and kick it, or go
I stay in the
somewhere and
comfort of
make
my own home.
accommodations where you could stay wherever you're
Everything right
going.
here. I don't need nothing
Yeah,
else. I don't need nothing else. I can go somewhere, but I feel more comfortable getting drunk at my home.
of course.
So, and I feel
And
comfortable with
it's
y'all.
I don't like being out of sorts where I don't know. I mean, if I go out with a man and he's driving and he holds his alcohol and don't drink like that, I can maybe kind of relax. But other than that, just going out, especially living out where I'm at now, when I go into the bay and do something and I know I'm gonna be doing that, I usually make arrangements to get a room or something, or stay with,
Yeah,
a relative or whatever, and
I
don't take
would.
that kind of chance. Just get
Absolutely.
up in the morning after you done slept on their couch or slept it off, or got you a little room um right by the joint, and just do it like that, because it's not worth it, you
It's
guys.
not.
So, with that being said, I'd like to welcome you guys again, and thank you for being here tonight. And I did my little spiel and my toast. And do anyone have anything to share? We have been kind of off schedule. I do apologize again with having to cancel shows and stuff. I've been putting a lot of content out there though. I do want you guys to pay attention to the shorts and also to the pre-recorded shows. I make sure when I'm not here that we are still here. Okay.
I
And it's
see
been
that, Miss
great.
Donna. I'm doing a lot of production on the side right now, especially because I had said last year I would have some content out for you in April. So I'm
Okay.
working really hard to make sure that happens right now.
Thank
So please
you.
don't take it personal if I don't see it right now. I'll say my little stuff on Facebook, but you notice I'm standing back from Facebook a little bit because I'm working on
Yeah, I
content.
ain't seen you up there doing your little happy dances and stuff. Your
Yeah,
little
I've been
videos with, how you do, but
yeah,
that I understand.
I've been peeling back so I can work on this content because content is everything. Even if it's not copyrighted yet, it's just
Yes,
that's currency right now. When you have original content that you can create and engage with people, and I'm building it up. So
that's
you
right.
saw a little preview with the wigs and stuff. You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
you
yeah.
know I'm off the chain. You know I'm about to
But
come
you off the
through.
chain, but I say this, keep doing you, and keep
Yeah,
uniquely doing you. All of you guys, everyone,
it's about to
you
be a wrap.
know,
About to have some fun.
um, because certain things bring humor and information and connection to different people in different ways. And the things that we may think sometimes is the silliest be the biggest bomb productions ever because people enjoy humor. They enjoy, positivity. They enjoy happy content. They enjoy real content,
Especially
you know.
Black content creators. We don't get enough credit for what we do. We blow up a lot of these platforms, be it TikTok, LinkedIn, Snapchat, what have you. Whatever we're on, we blow it up, and we make people want to see these platforms, and we got
Mm-hmm.
people backpacking off of the things that we create. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing that happened with Fox back in the day. You saw Martin performed at the Emmys. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
saw that clip, but they put
Mm-hmm.
on blast that they never got an Emmy. They never got rewarded for what they've done and what they contributed to the culture. We're talking about pop culture because Black culture is pop culture.
Right,
And
right.
they refuse to recognize us for that. And so that it warmed my heart that they went on ahead and made a joke out of that. Like we can even laugh about this a little bit,
Yes.
even though it's
Yes.
offensive. We can sit here and laugh about it a little bit. But
Exactly.
this belongs to us. We our jokes and stuff and things that we say and how we come across to each other. That's a part of our culture. That's a part of pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
That it exists, and
It definitely
we
does.
deserve an award for that. They
Yes.
deserve an award for putting that on blast. They capitalized on that, and Fox just played them to the left. Just like
You are
UPN
absolutely
played
right.
Moesha and the Parkers to the left, and just like the CW played girlfriends to the left in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta say something on that.
That's right. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Anybody
It's
else
a
have
part of our
anything to
history,
share?
but we deserve some kind of recognition
We
for
do.
what we've
I
contributed to
I
the
I, I
culture.
agree. I agree. What about you, Cordell? You good?
I'm good.
You
I'm a good.
good, Gary?
I'm good. I'm good.
You good? Yeah. So yeah, I stand on what you're saying, JJ. Yes, we do deserve recognition. And and like I said, and I can't say it enough that, you have to keep doing you, keep pushing, keep striving, keep, doing the best that you can to fulfill and focus
Mhm.
on, what you're passionate about, what your goals are, and things of that nature. There's no time clock. There's no timetable. There's no, you're going to have people supporting you. You're going to have people not supporting you.
Absolutely.
But you got to keep on doing
Gotta keep on
what
going.
you want to do. And don't get caught up on, because, there's people that throw darts and say, well, talk down about certain things you're doing or saying, but sure, that's their problem, not yours.
Now there's a video that you done, Miss Donna, where I seen them like 2 years down the line, and I was like, "Where was this video? Why am I just now seeing it?" And I'll
I
get in the
know.
comments. I'll be like, "I gotta say something right now,"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it'll spark that up. So that's why. Hey, same thing go to you. Look in
Yeah.
the mirror, Miss Donna.
You got to look in that mirror because
Look in the
I
mirror,
and,
Miss
and
Donna.
and
You got it
I've been
going on right
sharing
now.
I've been digging into my library of videos and shorts, and I've been sharing a lot of stuff that was back then that really have come to light now. I'll look at it and I'm like, wow, that was deep, and
You were
share, and
ahead of your
people are
time in
appreciating it.
some of these ways. You were ahead of your time with what you were talking about
Right,
as
right.
well.
So it's it's a good thing. And I just say we got to keep doing what we do. Um there is some that's going to stick with you. There's some that's going to fall by the wayside. I've had that happen. Okay, but
Mhm.
still got to keep pushing, right?
Right.
You still got to keep pushing, whether it's solo molo or you got a few commitments or whatever, because there's some that's going to be with you and some that are not. And I've learned to just, hey, keep your eye on the
Maybe the some
prize.
that are not will come right back around and act like they never left. You never know.
You just never know.
You never know. I'm speaking from personal experience. I've just
Yeah.
recently had people come back to me being like, I'm sorry, JJ. I don't know why we fell out, but I miss you so much. And I'm like, I miss you too. Come on. Fuck that shit. Sorry. Pardon my friend.
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go back to where we was. We good.
right. And that
It just
takes maturity, and that takes a good person and a good heart. And, I can't say enough about maturity and realness and good friendships and connections and stuff. And sometimes we do fall off and lose contact with people, or we had some kind of spat and you kind of went separate ways. And as you mature and life goes on, you think about certain things and you're like, that was stupid. Why did I go there? Why did I miss that person? I love that person. And I'm not talking about relationship wise, but it could be a good friend. It could be a
it could be
relative.
my
It could
cousin
be,
that's in prison right now. I just wrote him today.
oh, God bless
Yeah,
him.
he's in
Prayers to
prison.
him.
He's got 11
Oh,
years.
oh,
He earliest he could get out is 2031. But
wow.
I wrote
How
him.
old is he? How old is he?
He's 2 years younger than me. I'm 37, so he's 35.
So he'll be in his
He'll
40s.
be in his mid 40s when he gets out.
He
But
still will be
I
of
made
a
sure to write him and
decent.
tell him because me and him fell out before he went in.
I
He
remember.
he was yapping, and we got into it, and he had to go. But I got back. I talked to his mother, and his mother gave me all his information, and I sent him an email just tonight.
Okay, good.
So
Well, just be there for him on a
I'm
positive
gonna be
note.
there for him. I love that crazy dude.
Yeah, just be his inspiration because, I haven't been in prison like that, but I've heard that it's rough. And, if you can have some solid positive connections, even just getting a letter from somebody sometimes, or, you
I just
know,
learned he can get emails. I could send him pictures and videos. I didn't know that. It's
oh, times
upgraded.
have really changed because
Times
I
have
heard
really
that
changed.
they can get what you call those iPads or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. If you're
They
on good
can,
behavior, you can get those iPads and everything. Yep. So
yeah,
I'm waiting for that. He hasn't been in there long enough for that, but
yeah.
I think he's he's a good dude. I think he's gonna be in good behavior. He'll have one of them tablets as a reward,
Oh,
and I'll be able to
yeah.
chat with him live. He'll be able to get
Well,
on
God bless him.
Facebook
I
or
pray.
TikTok or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
pray that he be okay in there and stay out
absolutely.
of trouble and all that
That's
stuff.
part of why we was acting out live because we about to go in.
Yeah, yeah. And I just wanted to say right quick, I had a thought. I just wanted to give my condolences to a family member. Tyrell, Jason's cousin. He was killed. Um, he was
No, I didn't know.
yeah, they just had the funeral the other day. He was walking out of his apartment, getting ready to go to work or whatever, and he was run over by a car. And so the funeral was Jason when I think the funeral was Wednesday or something like that, but he leaves behind like four daughters. He was
Jason never told
37, whatever.
me.
Yep, he just died. Yeah. Yeah. So condolences, because him and Jason was really, really close.
Me and Tyrell was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. 36, 37 years old. And yeah.
Wow.
So I didn't know if you knew, but I just wanted
I,
to
di-
share that.
I haven't been
Condolences and love and prayers to the
I haven't
family.
been in communications. My condolences to
Yeah.
Tyrell and his family.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Wow.
don't know what the extent was. I do know the person stayed at the scene, and last I heard it wasn't a drinking, drunken driving thing. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, he was ran
Yeah,
over.
I haven't talked to Jason in like 2 months.
Oh yeah, you got to reach out. Give him
I've
a
been
call.
I've been reaching out to him. He won't answer the phone.
Oh, he
So
go
I think
okay. He one of them.
he's going through some things right
Just
now.
reach out. He'll answer it sooner or later.
Yeah, he's going through
But
some things.
yeah, just prayers for the family, and we gonna
Absolutely.
we gonna move right along. You guys, I just want to touch real quick. I saw something come down my feed regarding R&B artist R. Kelly that is now challenging the 10.5 million lawsuit that he lost back in August. And something about he relies on his legal team to go over and read certain documents because he can't read or write
Yeah, that
beyond
just
grade
recently
school.
got revealed.
Yeah, but beyond grade
But
school
he's a
level.
songwriter, right? Like, I'm sorry,
He
he's a
does write his
songwriter,
own,
right?
yeah,
But he can't
right.
read or write.
They said beyond grade school level. Now,
Mhm.
so and his former manager, Donnell Russell, um, is involved in that, where he's saying that he should be responsible for paying a 10.5 million judgment that is going against R. Kelly because things were supposed to be read and discerned and explained to him in a way that he can understand. I just wanted to kind of touch on this because and they were saying each of the women in the lawsuit is slated to receive between 1.1 and 2.5 million from the judgment. Now,
I heard that.
and
All
R.
right.
Kelly has gotten
All
like
right.
30 years after being
Mm-hmm.
convicted for sex
Mm-hmm.
trafficking and racketeering. Now, the part about not being able to read and write and trying to now challenge this particular suit because of that, because you need others to discern, and you know pretty much if you can't, like you said, JJ, well, where my confusion is I know because I write my music. I'm a writer, I'm an author, and I know that
We
you
talking
have to
about.
be able to. How can you write and
Come
not
on
understand?
now. I'm an R. Kelly fan. I hate to say it, but we
I
talking
am
about that
too.
first album. We talking about work you did with Public Announcement. We talking about Aaliyah. We're talking about Sparkle. Come on now. We talking about TP 12 play one, 12 play two.
Hmm.
Come on now. You wrote all those songs,
Trapped in the closet and all this stuff.
trapped in the closet.
But I mean, so that's what
Come
I'm
on
saying.
now.
How do you write so beautifully, so eloquently, so just so blessed in that regard, but you can't read and write beyond grade school level?
But here's the problem. I think everybody's amiss about R. Kelly, even though he's talented. You got to understand, you don't have to really write your thoughts down.
That's true.
If you can recall your thoughts, you can record them over and over and
Yeah,
over again. That's what they call tape. You can erase it and do it over again. It's your thoughts. It's what he probably experienced or what he was saying to himself, and he put these words together. Even though he can't write them, he could say them. He
right.
could
I get it.
them.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter that he can't write them down on a sheet of paper, but he can articulate what he wants to say. That's just like saying, hey, I can read music, but I can play all these instruments.
Right.
That's
That's true.
true.
Because I can't read music.
That's a
I can't.
valid point. That's a
So,
I'm
valid
a good
point.
musician, but I cannot read music. I know what chords don't go together. I can
right,
feel it in my heart. I
right.
know what chords don't sound good together.
It's the same principle.
So
You know,
I
even
get where
though
you're coming from.
yeah, even though you can't read sheet music, but you can hear the sounds.
I can hear how sounds
You know
go
what you
together.
like, and you know what will fit good in the groove. So it doesn't matter you can't read or write, but you can articulate what you feel by the way of music or even say it in your voice. So it doesn't really matter you can't
So
read
you
or
guys think that he may have a chance challenging this lawsuit
I think he will because I
based
don't think
on
people have been but I just don't think people were as thorough as they could have been for him
well,
to
you know,
understand.
I think what happens too, a lot of people just assume,
Yeah, like
since,
I
since,
assumed. Like just like
since
I assumed.
Yeah, he's a songwriter, so you assume he could do these things.
Yeah. And
That's
I'm
the
glad you brought that. I'm glad you brought that reality to the table, Cordell, because you're absolutely right. Just like we have audiobooks and stuff like that, people can record stuff, articulate in that way, and somebody else can actually put it into the pen and paper. You know what I'm saying? Just
that
by
happens
what
all
you
the
spit
times.
out. So,
It's like a lot of autobiographies are written by somebody else, but
mhm.
it's
Yeah, I'm like, how is that an autobiography? Because when I went to school, I was taught that autobiographies are written by yourself.
yes, that's
It's
the premise
the
behind it, but
the term
that ain't the
auto.
case.
The,
That ain't the case.
just the term auto is
Yeah,
related to self.
yeah,
So I'm very educated in English, and I'm blessed to have been educated in English,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
so um but I can kind of thank you, Cordell, for bringing that to light, because
Mhm.
um I didn't have I won't say that I had a bad upbringing, but I didn't have the best upbringing as far as how to learn English, but I had a passion for reading and learning how to spell, that I'm very like, once I learned how to hone in on that, I became very
Mhm.
strict on
Mhm.
how to learn and that structure. Um and I just personally don't understand how someone doesn't know how to read, but that's just
yeah,
my personal experience. I would
yeah,
like to know more about why someone doesn't know how to read or didn't have those opportunities to learn.
right. Well,
Mm.
it's just kind of unfortunate, but um, take example of the people that was born in the 30s and 40s. Most of them didn't get education behind, but grade school. They didn't go to high school back then. They went to work.
They went
So
straight to work. Right.
right. So most of them don't read. So um, what people just assume everybody can read, but you can't assume that. Some people
Mhm.
Right.
fake it. I'll buy the paper every day and think I'm reading it. No, I'm looking at just the words. Hope I can read it, but I'm
That's
just going to read
real.
the
That's
words.
You
real.
looking at the pretty pictures and stuff.
No, I remember an episode. Bill Cosby, on the Cosby Show, had an episode about that. One of his friends was illiterate,
Yeah,
and I don't know. That's probably not one of the. That's probably not politically correct to say illiterate, but at that time it was, and um, he eventually helped teach his friend how to read, and I it sat with me like, it was still like, even at that time, how does someone not know, or even just simple words? But there's people that are like that.
yeah,
Um,
Mhm.
but I like that Bill Cosby shed light on that. I
Mhm.
like that episode.
Yeah.
I wish I knew
Yeah.
the season and the number. I would share it with y'all, but
yeah. But there was even an episode where Thea was deemed
dyslexic.
this. Yes,
Yep, I
Yeah.
remember that episode.
Oh, who was dyslexic?
Yeah.
Theo, he was
the son,
dyslexic.
Oh, Theo.
Theo,
Okay.
yep, he played.
according to the episode. So, because he was having some
Wow.
difficulties.
I related to it because I had problems reading because I had bad eyesight, but people were treating me like I was stupid.
Right.
But my eyesight is horrible to this day.
Do you wear
I really,
glasses?
I wear glasses. I lost my glasses. I lost both pairs. Don't ask, but I have to get new glasses, and I can see during the daytime. I can drive during the daytime, but I wouldn't dare get behind the steering wheel at night. I'm not supposed to drive without glasses at all, legally,
So
but I
your
can drive
license
without glasses during
says
the
corrective
day.
lenses on it. Your
Yeah,
license says corrective lenses.
I have
Yeah,
to
they
have
put that
corrective
on my
lenses.
license this time because when I went to renew mine, I had the eye test with the glasses on.
Don't feel
So I
bad.
told the lady, I say, well, I only need my glasses for distance. So she said, well, you can take the eye test without the glasses. And if you pass, then we won't
It's
put that corrective lenses on your license, right?
it's this eye right here. This the dud eye. It's been like that since birth. So this eye is blurry as heck, and the doctor said there's a scar in my cornea. But this eye overcompensates for this eye,
Mhm.
but it's still not good.
Well, the reason why I was kind of giggling, the last time I had to take a driver's license test, I had to take the test, right?
Yeah.
I went inside, I finished the test, a written form. She said, okay, no problem. We'll take your picture. But first of all, you got to read the letters behind me there.
Oh God.
I said, oh,
Oh
no
God.
problem.
That's the worst.
I said, I'll read those letters. So I said, what? I can't see them. No, wait on a second. Put my glasses on. She said, oh, you wear glasses? I said, no, I don't. She said, yes, you do.
Right. Yeah. No, there's a tone that I was taking the eye test, and one of the people was like, read this last line at least 2 times and tell me what you see.
What you say, yeah.
And if you do it right the second time, you're good to go. I did it right the second time.
She gave you out.
I barely make it.
Yeah.
My eyesight has been so I can only imagine what it's gonna be like for me when I get older. Because my
They're gonna
eyesight
take you off the road. That's what they're gonna do.
No,
my
no,
eyesight is already bad.
he's gonna wear his glasses around his neck. That's what I do sometimes when I'm reading stuff. So
Yeah, they're gonna take your butt off the road and like the lady told me when I took the test with the glasses off, she said, ma'am, I don't know what you thinking. They try to be funny. She said, I don't know what you thinking, but you need to wear these glasses every time you get behind the
Yep,
car,
that's what
right?
I was told. I was told the same thing, Miss
And I
Donna.
say,
My
no,
eyesight is bad.
that's not true, ma'am. I only need them for this. She said, ma'am, we're gonna put this corrective lenses on your license because you need to wear your glasses every time you drive a car. I
They were
said,
trying to encourage me to get contacts. I'm not doing contacts. I don't like digging in my eye. I don't agree with that. So it's gonna be glasses for me all day.
contacts is nice. I wore them at a point in my life. One of them scratched my cornea a little bit, so they
None of
told me don't
that.
wear them. So I stopped wearing them. But I used to kind of like them, and really appreciate the fact that I didn't have bifocals on my face, But hey Brian, what's up,
Uh-oh,
Brian?
Brian. Uh-oh, Brian.
Brian the Terminator.
Yeah, Brian, don't hold back.
Brian must have got beat up today because he wasn't a 49er fan.
And I never will be.
So you was at home. You was at home soaking, and I understand you had to kind of get over the butt whooping that you just got today.
All right, because me and my friend, we did just fine in getting over the, little crooked
I like
ass.
that Hennessy.
That's
Oh,
it.
you and Hen Dog?
I like
Yeah.
that Hennessy.
No. Long day.
Hey, so you was actually rooting for the other team for real? Are you serious? What's wrong with you, Brian?
Yes, I was.
You not a Bay Area dude?
No, I'm a Compton man. I mean, but since the Rams and the Raiders that's why I became a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I didn't want to be a Raider fan or a Ram fan like everybody else I knew.
But you actually wanted the Detroit. Who did we play today? What's the team we played today that we beat?
Wait, what? You're a 49er fan, right?
Yes.
Do you know how much shit y'all talk?
We do talk a lot, and we won. Hello.
Yeah.
Y'all talk.
I'm not a sports fan at all, but I like the shit talking.
And we was 3 touchdowns down, 7 to what? 20 something.
See,
I kind of got a little nervous, but when my boys came back with and they just kept that momentum, and they kept, man, I was like, look at here, look at here.
Like I said, 49ers just be talking shit. Oh my God. We
We
did
put
that.
it down, my brother.
No, y'all did that. Y'all came from behind. Y'all did the damn thing.
And we going to the Super Bowl.
And you're
Yep.
going,
Yep. They go to the Super Bowl now.
I wish I was gonna be on that Super Bowl cruise. I'll tell you that much. Ooh,
oh, you can do that about 4,000 or 5,000, you know.
oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Dang. Hey, but who actually bet and lost money? Did anybody bet?
Not me.
No, I knew.
No, sir. No, man.
I knew the Niners would pull it off. I
Well, who
mean,
you guys gonna bet for the Super Bowl? Who you want to win? Who you
I'm a
think gonna
Chiefs fan now. They beat my Eagles last year in the Super Bowl, but I'm a Chiefs fan this year.
No, I'm gonna vote for the. I'm gonna try to. I'm actually thinking about betting now. Now that the 49ers are playing, I'm gonna go ahead and try it. I got sports betting app on my. I don't mess with sports, but I got sports betting apps on my phone. Go figure.
Mm-hmm. What
So,
about
yeah,
you,
I'll probably do it.
Cordell? What you gonna bet?
I never bet on anything I don't play in.
Yeah,
If I don't play, I don't bet.
Well,
I don't
shoot.
gamble, but I might on this one.
You gonna bet, Gareth?
No. No.
Okay. Well, I have to do a lightweight bet. I bet somebody today that the 49ers would win. And it wasn't that much. It was like $25. So now we doubling or nothing for the Super Bowl. So let's see. But I ended up winning today. I do a lightweight. I think the most I'll bet is $50. I ain't going no more than $50.
Well, I'll tell you this: when the Eagles played the Niners and they whooped our ass, I mean, I went to work, you know, and I always represent my team on any given day at work, at least twice a week. And so I was covering all bets. I was really feeling myself. We was on a roll, couple of games in a row, and come up against the Niners, who are a good team. Man, by the time the dust had cleared, I probably was about $400-500 down. So
Really?
I ain't doing that no more.
That's too much.
Yeah,
See, I can't do it like that. That's doing too much, my
I'm
brother.
thinking about all the bills I could pay with that money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Car note. God damn it! I forgot to pay.
Hey, you guys know it's tax time, right?
Don't remind me.
Tax time.
So you guys got to get them taxes done because you know April 15th comes by really fast.
I'm talking about. I'm supposed to get a refund, and I'm finding out on TikTok that people ain't getting their money. Because
What you mean?
I haven't set up where
You can't
they
trust
me.
TikTok to tell you nothing. They telling you folks ain't getting their money on TikTok.
People are not getting their money. I'm gonna say that on here verbatim, and y'all
Why they
can
not?
get me later.
Why
Because
they not?
the IRS want to snatch people money. I don't owe the IRS nothing. So if I find out they're trying to snatch my money, I'm gonna feel some type of way. There's people talking about not even filing taxes.
Well, you know, you don't file taxes. That's when they gonna come after you.
I'm gonna file my taxes.
Yeah, you gotta file your tax. Even if
I'm
you
not
think
messing
you're
around.
not getting nothing,
If I get nothing, that's just what it is. But
you still need to file your taxes because you can get in trouble.
Right.
And you don't need them in your business.
Like, damn, you don't have shit. They'll be like, right, I don't have shit.
And you know, it is that time of year. It's unfair that they take this money out of your earnings and then, you end up having to pay back or get nothing or whatever. I mean, it's really, really unfair, but
this is why people living in tents on the street because they don't want to deal with this no more. They sick of it.
They can't afford
it. But nobody wants to live on the street, but they like, I'm sick of paying taxes. I'm gonna go buy me a tent for $800 and plush it up. I'm gonna live on the sidewalk.
The more you make, the more they take.
The more they take,
you end up owing. It's a hot mess, but it is what it is. We gonna move right along, you guys. I wish I could go to commercial break, but I can't right now. But that's coming up soon. we gonna get them commercial breaks sooner or later. But I want to get to the inquiring minds want to know. This
Look,
is
I
a
got my notebook
interesting.
right here.
Yeah, this is not too bad. This is gentle, but
You
we
say
need
that
to
every time. It's not too bad. Here we go.
we need to help somebody out with this. Okay, so
Okay.
here you go. Y'all ready?
Bring it on. Bring it on.
You an audience? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I got my pencil ready.
Are you ready? But I gotta hurry up before this what you call it? Cranberry juice kicks in. Because when it kicks in, my eyes go double and I can't read good. So let me hurry up.
Okay.
You know you can't drink cranberry juice no more, right? You know what's in there, right?
What's in it?
Oh, that's right. You don't believe TikTok.
What TikTok say? Oh, he trying to throw some shade. What TikTok say?
That shade.
Oh, he
He
throwing
threw
some
that
shade
shade
with me. You know
smooth.
what, Brian? You
He threw
can't
that
come on
shade
the
real
show
smooth
late
at
throwing
you.
shade. That don't work like that.
That was smooth.
Yeah, he trying to do too much. Tell me what TikTok said about cranberries.
All right. All right. What I want you to do is to take one swallow of cranberry juice. All right. You hold it in your mouth for a full minute. Don't swallow it. Just hold it in your mouth. All right. Then you take a paper plate and you let it just come out of your mouth, right?
Let's
Onto
put on your paper plate.
yeah. Now, as it's on the paper plate, now you go get a little cap full of alcohol, rubbing alcohol. All right.
Okay.
You pour that on what it is that you, for lack
On
of
the
a better
paper
word,
plate.
spit out on the plate. And then you tell me what you see.
Does it matter that it's a wax paper plate? Because I got wax paper plates.
No, that's not a problem.
Okay. Okay.
But
I'm
then,
gonna see something.
yeah, you're going to see something.
So put rubbing alcohol, not Ciroc.
Not drinking alcohol.
Rubbing alcohol.
Boy, y'all 49er fans are so dead.
Ah!
Ooh. I'm glad
Hey,
I'm not a
don't
49er
start.
fan.
I was gonna put on. Where your hat at, Gareth? Where your 49er hat? That's
Oh,
right.
he
I have
got
the
it on
jacket. I'm
already.
gonna
He
wear
already
it to
got it
work
on.
tomorrow.
He had
Don't
it
be
on the
I
whole
should have had
time.
it on.
don't be starting
No,
nothing now. Don't be starting nothing with no 49er.
don't be telling us no TikTok stuff. Had me up here looking stupid, spitting in a plate and waiting on it to change colors with some rubbing alcohol and all that.
Well, I'm glad you got the recipe. Tell me what you're cooking up when you see that. Tell me what you come up with.
We're gonna have JJ do it first.
Right. I was going to do it.
You can do it right now.
Oh, I got some cranberry juice right now. Okay, here.
All right.
I got an empty
No,
paper
go
plate
get
right
your
now.
alcohol.
Go get the
Yeah,
rubbing
I
out.
got rubbing alcohol in the cabinet. So I'm gonna go get me a cup and I'm gonna go do it right now.
All right.
Yeah, do
All
it
right.
before I hit you with this inquiring minds want to
I'm
know.
gonna do it right now. Here I come.
Mr. Cash probably just doing too much right now. I don't know, cause see, and he said he going bye-bye. What y'all think is gonna happen?
I don't know, but look, this is the
Take off
cranberry
that
juice.
hat,
This
Brian.
is
You got some
100% juice,
nerve.
okay, y'all? This is ocean spray.
Okay, they go 100%.
Okay. I'm gonna get the rubbing alcohol. There's no alcohol in this. I got cranberry juice in here. I'm about to go
He
get the rubbing
said put it
alcohol.
in your mouth and swish it around.
For a minute.
And then spit it out.
Now I don't do 70%. I do 91% alcohol.
Okay.
Okay.
That's probably even better.
Right.
It's probably gonna blow up. You got your mask on? And don't let us see you spitting. Just go on and do it on the
Mm-hmm.
only on the Donna Smith show, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Grown Folk Table Talk. Do we do this kind of stuff? Okay. We're here aiming to play. He didn't say switch it around for 30 minutes.
It ain't been 30 down the camera.
How many seconds?
How many seconds are in a minute?
Oh, 60.
Mm-hmm.
Good 49er fan.
Better recognize.
Yo, JJ, you know how stupid you look with that in your mouth like that right now?
I know, right?
I know he clowning you, JJ, but I'm just going to see what's going to happen. Okay, you switched it around for 1 minute.
Put a whole bunch of rum
Grown folks, you switched the cranberry
specify.
juice in your mouth for 60
I have
seconds.
It just looked like the different cranberry.
Put your glasses on.
I mean, it's little speckles of cranberry and stuff.
Really? Nothing. You don't see nothing else.
I mean, I don't know if I want to show this on camera here. But I was also eating a turkey burger, so.
Well, let me just ask you this. You see anything swimming in there?
No, I don't see nothing swimming in here. You see this? You see my plate?
It is something swimming. What's them little specks?
Yeah, that was what was in my mouth from eating the turkey burgers.
It's supposed to be like little like organisms or.
It is little organisms.
That's not organisms. That's from the cranberries.
It's little specks.
Yeah, that's it.
From the alcohol, and it's not really from your mouth. It's from the cranberry. So it's
that's from the cranberries.
Yeah, something swimming in it.
What's swimming in there? Hold the camera still, JJ, so we can see it swimming.
I'm trying to show y'all. That's it.
Only on TikTok. Press record.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
you know what, Brian? You just had us do the food.
No. Jay it all up. JJ messed it up. He mad.
I didn't mess it up. I did exactly 60 seconds.
It is some little specks. It's some
little specks. But remember, disclaimer. I did a disclaimer. I said I did eat previously. I was eating my turkey burger, so that could be a little bit of that mixed in there.
Well,
it looks like cranberry residue to me. It doesn't really even look like the food that I was just eating.
They not moving. They not swimming.
No, I didn't see nothing swimming in there or nothing.
All
right, nothing moving in there.
Try it again at another time. Then.
Believe me, I would say if there was something swimming in there, I'd be like, "Oh shit, what is that?" You know, that's how.
Well, just let it sit for a minute and let me know if something start moving. Because he said,
alcohol kills everything. So if there's something swimming in there, it's about to die.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay, by the time we get through with the inquiring minds want to know, maybe they'll start swimming.
Right, but I got my pencil and paper ready. I'm ready for this.
It's gentle. It's not bad. Okay.
This spotty inquirer minds want to know because I know how you operate.
It ain't bad. I'm being good. Since I have been MIA, I didn't want to be too hard on y'all. I gave y'all something that's more digestible. Okay.
Okay.
You have been more.
Okay, here we got. It goes like this. I have a man friend that I care about dearly. He is sweet and has a 14-year-old son whom he is solely responsible for. He has allowed his son to smoke marijuana, but only at home and not while out or on social media. He has found out that his son does videos smoking and flossing. He has gotten in his son's behind about this. I have told him that he has allowed and created a beast with this one. So how can he reprimand his son for doing wrong when he's allowed him to do wrong and do it openly at home? I'm not sure if I want to have children with him due to being on a totally different mindset.
Yeah.
No drugs in any home under my roof, and I am taking care of you. My man says that he would rather him smoke at home with him than to get it off the streets. Can you guys help me with this one?
I sure can.
Who's going
I
first?
sure can. I didn't smoke weed until I was 19 years old. And I personally don't think I should have did it then. That's just my personal experience. I think I should have waited a little bit longer. I probably should have waited until I got my own house and all of that. But the thing is I smoked with my mom when I did it. And she was an expert. And I felt like that was the perfect person to do it with. And I didn't drink alcohol until I was 21. I didn't want nobody coming at me talking about that I was doing anything wrong in their household or nothing like that. Could nobody ever say that I smoked marijuana or drank alcohol before I was of age? So that's something that I take pride in. Unfortunately, these new kids don't give a damn about none of that. They want the experience now. The pop culture glorifies it. And they did it while I was growing up. So here you go. But when I was growing up.
So do you think, hold on 1 second. I gotta mute myself. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm doing my show.
You didn't mute yourself.
Am I muted now?
No. No.
Doing her show.
Oh, Lord. Okay, anyway, go ahead. I don't know.
All I'm saying.
I muted Cordell. Cordell,
yeah,
unmute
you muted
yourself.
Cordell. You didn't mute yourself. Yeah, we can't hear him at all. His mic is still muted.
I can't figure out how to mute me. Oh, here.
There you go. Now you're muted. Now we can't hear you. But you muted you and Cordell. All I was about to say is I grew up in a time where the drug dealers were popular in music. And that doesn't mean that it's better. But now the music that we're listening to now are the drug addicts are popular and people are trying to be like the drug addicts. And I feel like there's confusion there.
Okay, I'm back. What you say now?
I was talking about how when I grew up, it was the drug dealers who were popular and who were making that money. And now it's the drug addicts.
Okay.
Who are popular now. And that's what's going on. I don't agree with none of it. Period. Like I don't think that's.
But do you think that is okay?
That's what it should be about.
Do you think that can you hear me?
I think that's a major
Yeah,
influence.
we hear you.
Okay, do you think it's okay for it to be smoked with your parents though?
Here's the thing I would say. This is just me. So, weed is not a potent drug, but it's still an A1 drug in some states, right?
That's true. That's true.
The problem is this lady is trying to impose what she feels and what she thinks about this man raising his 14-year-old husband, son, right?
You gotta log on to the Zoom. I'm sorry. Go ahead. We got somebody trying to get on the show.
No, that's okay. So there's two things really. She's really giving her opinion of what she thinks about how he should raise his son. And he's saying to her, maybe, hey, he's just my son. But anyway, here's what happens. When you have a relationship, you're gonna have three things that cause problems. One, the way you raise your kids, the way you discipline them, communication between everybody in the household, infidelity, and then the last thing is really finances. Those are things that always break up any marriage.
That's the truth.
The one thing I would say to this lady is, hey, just express your opinion about how you feel about him smoking weed. He's doing that at home. You don't know what he's doing outside. The biggest problem is he can get it anywhere legal now, even at the age of 14. So the biggest thing is, if he does it at home, is it being really regulated by his parents, or is he just doing it whenever he wants to? And then how is it being seen? Is he still being responsible? Is he still maintaining his grades at school? Is he being disrupted at home? Is he being a good kid or a bad kid? Did any of this weed smoking change him? Period. Those are the things I would look.
And then you look at the fact that weed is not free, whether you're doing it at home or not. So is the parent buying it and providing it to the child for free? Or somebody's paying for it for them to be able to do it at home, right?
You can get it from the street. You don't have to get it from the pharmacy. You can get it from the street. It don't matter.
Just a minute, you got.
Like I was saying, you can get it from the street.
Back
in the day, the street used to be better, but actually, if you get it from the facility, it's better. To me, that's my personal experience. I can't speak for everybody.
Well, nowadays you don't. If you're really not astute about weed plants and growth and things like that, you don't know. So
yeah, there's that too.
Yeah. So
some people say homegrown is better. I've had some homegrown that was really, really good for real. So
yeah.
That's why I get what you're saying about that.
Yeah.
I know somebody that grows some good homegrown, and I'm like, oof, if I get some more of that.
But the thing I would say is that how did this weed smoking, did it change this guy's personality? Is this kid still a kid? Is he still being responsible, respectful, doing the things that most 14-year-olds do? But if he's doing everything the right way and he's being productive, I don't see anything wrong with it. But if he's doing everything that's bad, like ripping off mom and dad to get more money, going out doing some heinous things, got a problem. Just my opinion.
Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm back. Yeah, I've been listening. I hear.
Is he still trying to log on, your friend?
Yeah, 862-7249-1683. Yeah, my concerns is, like I see that the person is saying that they rather for them to be able to do it at home instead of being out on the streets getting it from whoever, whatever. But what is the message and the lesson here? What are you actually teaching? This is not a 19, 20-year-old. This is a 14-year-old child.
Okay, I was 14 years old at a time when my mom had a friend of hers who had a daughter who was smoking weed at 16. So I know from personal experience, I knew how I felt about the daughter smoking it. She wasn't there. She wasn't focused on her studies. She didn't care about school. She was trying to be grown. When you're a kid like that, it's a status symbol. It's like, ooh, it's like I'm grown now. I could be up here with the grown-ups. They was looking down on me because I hadn't smoked yet. You a lightweight. Like they just kept talking smack to me. Oh, you don't know nothing because you don't know nothing. I couldn't hang with them. I couldn't even be an interest to them. Like I couldn't even be a romantic interest to them because I didn't participate in what they was doing. I was restricted. My mom didn't want me to do it at that time, but I didn't want to do it either. Like I was like, forget what my mom
But
talking
you
about.
don't
I
have
don't want to do it
to.
either.
I mean, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Just fit in.
I wasn't the type of person to give in
You
to
don't
peer
need that.
pressure
You
or
just
try to
need to
fit in
leave
with
your
people.
ID.
I did it when I was ready. And I
Hmm?
felt like 19 was the
You
perfect
shouldn't
age for
have
me
to.
to start smoking weed. And I'm glad I did because it was after high school. I didn't have to worry about no academics or nothing. I wasn't headed to college or anything like that. I was just in between. So I felt like it was the perfect time for me. And I felt the same way when I started drinking alcohol, that I didn't have any major responsibilities. I didn't have any kids. I didn't have any major bills to pay. I was staying with somebody. I was good. So I think it's to each their own. You know, if you're able to do that, go ahead and do it. But really, when it comes down to a teenager, I just feel like that's too soon. I think about where I was at 13 and 14, and I ain't had no sense about anything in the world that was going on. And
But you know,
So
here's
that's what
the
they're
thing.
asking for. Then
It's
put
gonna
that.
be different for
I was still
everybody.
figuring out who I was. So what I'm
Yeah,
gonna add alcohol and weed to that for?
but
Like
smoking weed's gonna be different for everybody that experiences it.
that's
Doesn't
true
matter
too.
what age
That's
you're
true too.
at.
That is,
But
I agree with that.
Let me see.
Everybody
the
different.
question you got to think about. The woman says her man, his son is smoking weed at 14, and I don't agree with it. But you're not married to him. That's his son. That's just like saying, hey, I'm a stepdad. I'm coming into this household. I'm going to impose my will on the household.
Uh-huh.
If you're a man or not, this is my house. Until I say otherwise, I'm going to do what I want to do in my house. So she
Yeah.
she could inflect anything she wants to inflect, say whatever she feels, but she cannot really enforce anything.
Yeah, although she can't enforce it, there's some ethics involved as far as
He should
the
be 18
child.
before he smokes. He should
Yeah,
be
he's
18 before he
underage.
smokes.
And
He is underage.
that's a
Because
Yeah.
he's
major
still
deal.
developing.
And
He's still
no
developing
matter
his
how
body.
much you slice it, it's illegal. Um, and then you're also asking her to participate in the illegalities of it all. Like or to just turn the other way and not really look at it. Even though that's not her
Uh-huh.
child,
Trying to send you the link.
there's still
Mm-hmm.
some concern there.
The biggest concern I would say is that
No, I can't do it. I
And
don't
that's
want to
not
do
to
it.
say
Hold on, you
he's a
guys.
bad parent, because it's not like he's telling his
No.
child to do cocaine in the house. Like we not talking about that. It's not like he's doing cocaine.
what do we smoke cigarettes at 14?
Yeah, I know some people who was doing cigarettes at 14.
The
It's
same
still
thing,
not
really.
right,
It still
but
isn't right. So
it's
the mind is still in its developmental stage. But the way I'm saying about it is two things. The kid is, if he's not really being,
Productive.
yeah,
yeah,
while he's smoking weed, compared to being a bad kid, being non-productive, his grades are falling off, and he's
Uh-huh.
doing all these other things, and he's still being himself.
Then you saying it's okay? Then you saying it's okay?
Indulging now and then might not be a bad thing, but I'm saying you really got to know your child. So to have somebody else tell you how to raise your kid,
Uh-huh.
I might say, yeah, I hear you, but just let me do my thing.
Uh-huh.
Interject right here. I think we're forgetting, and it's like what JJ said.
James Hustle has joined the show.
Regardless of the child that it is,
Jay Hustle.
JB has
Oh,
joined.
oh shit. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I was like, who Jay
Sorry,
Hustle?
Brian. Go ahead on. I was trying to get somebody was trying to get the link to be able to log on.
Oh,
What's good?
Finish what you saying.
I think what we're doing is forgetting the fact that this is a child at 14. And you can be mature as fuck at 14, but you're not 25 years old mature at 14. You know, you got to let a 12-year-old be a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old be a 13-year-old, and so on and so forth. There are things happening to the minds and bodies of individuals that are 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on up. Everything,
Right.
and every day is a learning process.
Yes, it is.
What I told my kids was that, you know, because as a parent, it's our job to provide and protect, but we got to observe too, right? So, you know, I was putting two and two together and kind of figured out that he might be smoking, and me and my son are cool enough to where, you know, I put it to him, and he says, "Yeah, I smoke with mom," and I go, "Okay," but at that time he was 16, which I didn't really agree with. What I told him was two things mostly. One, weed affects everybody differently. Everybody.
You're right.
And weed isn't like when I was 13, 14, 15, and I was doing all that smoking and whatnot. Now you got different levels and degrees of weed. It's like dinosaur doo-doo called weed, and it just at 14, no. You finish being a kid, you got the rest of your life to do all of those things if you're lucky enough to make it to the age where you indulge in those things.
That's that part.
As your
right.
parent up to get you there, and then you know, along the way, you use me as an example. Whether I'm right or wrong, it's like my dad said. You don't have to do what I do, but I want you to watch. And then you make your own decisions as to what it is that you're going to do. You can learn from the good and learn from the bad, but you're going to need to make your own decisions. Now, me, myself, I've been smoking weed since I was 12 years old, 6th, 7th grade. But that's just what we was doing in Compton back then.
You was young. You was young.
Well, you know, my pop was a interesting dude. But anyway, I would find weed. My uncle, I just go into his car. Me and my brother and my neighbor, we go into his car and hit his ashtray, get the roaches, unroll the roaches. We'd have a whole joint just off the roaches, and we 11, 12, 13 years old, you know. So we getting high for free. My uncle wouldn't realize he had roaches in there because he was high. So
right.
As far as this father dealing with his son, I think he definitely started something that he shouldn't have, because we cuss around our parents, but we all know we cursed when our parents wasn't around.
Right.
Okay? So
I didn't cuss in front of my parents either.
No,
I didn't.
Never did. Only once around my mom. But anyway.
No, I cuss around all my relatives. I got a foul mouth. All of them.
I do too.
Everybody. The only one I don't do it is my religious ass granny. She's very religious, so I respect her space and her religion. But everybody else, they know my foul mouth. I curse like a sailor.
Now, that parent, that father, just cut. I think he was just looking for an excuse to appear cool to his son, you know, and smoke. And that's still the wrong message, because, like I said, whatever you don't do with your kids, you know, they're doing it with you not around, especially if you're giving them an okay. Don't think it's not in their mind that, I'm not supposed to be smoking. But you know what? My dad can't say nothing because he smokes with me. You know, kids look for excuses to do the shit that they're not supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
So
your parent is making it seem as though it's cool. I mean, just like this person here, you know, he's on the videos and doing it on the social thing and all that. For a minute, I mean, 1 minute, let me stop right here. I wanted to introduce Jay Hustle. He's coming in and out. This is his first time on the show.
He's
This
probably
is the panel that's
he's
here
probably trying
tonight.
to figure out how to unmute his mic and stuff. He probably got
Who?
something to say.
Who?
Jay Hustle.
Jay Hustle, is your mic muted?
He can't, we can't hear you.
Okay, you have
right.
to unmute. You have to
Yeah, you
unmute
gotta
your.
unmute yourself. It's okay. You don't have to sign out. You don't have to do nothing else. You just gotta go to
Just
your.
hit the unmute button on your phone.
Here, let me see how I can tell him how to do it, because it's different for everybody how to do it.
Smoke some weed with him, he'll figure it out.
Ah!
Stop, Brian. You out of fucking. I'm trying to figure it out.
You have to unmute yourself.
Okay, when you tap the bottom of your screen,
tap the bottom of your screen.
At the bottom of the screen, when you tap the bottom of your screen, there's gonna be mute, stop video, share participants. You want to click that. You want to tap that mute button. You want to get rid of that
left-hand side.
At the bottom of your screen. So it's like tap yourself, and then you'll see the mute. You'll see the microphone, and it says mute.
Type itself. Tap itself as far as the picture of him.
Yeah, your picture. Tap you.
Tap your picture.
Tap yourself. It'll show up.
I don't see. I don't see where you're at on the screen. Where are you at on the screen? Are you live?
So Miss Donna, tap the bottom of your screen, Miss Donna.
Ask him if he got a 14-year-old son. He can do this with his son.
Tap the bottom of the screen.
Tell him to pass the joint, huh?
Yeah. Tap the bottom of the screen. It'll show up at the bottom of the screen.
It says share captions. It don't say mute. Where's the
mute right there on this? Well, I got a tablet. I don't do this on my phone.
Look here. Tap the screen.
Should be the first thing.
And on the bottom left, you'll see, just like JJ said, mute. Stop video.
Mute and stop video, share, participants, and more.
Hit mute.
No, I see their name at the bottom of the screen, and then when I hit their.
Can you show me his screen from your screen, Miss Donna?
No,
I can help you better from that.
No, this is not showing up right.
Yeah, show it on your screen, because you're trying to show me on. Yes, I know what you're trying to do. I got you. You know I got you, Miss Donna.
Yeah.
You know I got you if you show me. No, just show me the tablet on your camera.
The tablet on my camera.
Just show the tablet on your camera real quick.
On what camera?
Can you share
on your camera, on your laptop or desktop camera? Show me the tablet, and then I can look at it and show you how to do it.
Put it up here.
Like, you see what you're looking at me right now, where you say Donna Smith. So just show me the tablet, and then I can help you real
stop. Brian, stop. That's not working. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know how if I were to show my phone, this phone ain't on right now, but let's pretend it's on. You know how I would show my screen like this?
Right.
So show the tablet on your screen like that, and I'm gonna help you, and then I'll show you how to do it.
You talking about show you his phone?
Yeah, like that, exactly. Okay, yeah, so I just need to see your screen and see what it says. I can't see what it says at the bottom. You gotta line it up to where I can see it.
Say his name, Jay.
Okay, Hustle. Now tap the bottom of his screen.
Where?
Where it say Jay Hustle.
Right there. There it is. There it is.
There you go. That's what you need to see. Okay,
but it doesn't say mute.
I can't see the whole bottom part, because then I could be able to.
When you tap the bottom,
it just
said share, captions, whiteboard, apps, notes. It doesn't say mute.
What would it say under more? Click more. Does it have more?
That's all the way to the right.
More say meeting settings.
That's what it say for me too. You can scroll up to. Damn, what? They done changed the Zoom app because all of our apps should be exactly the
The
same.
same, because we're on the same program.
Is he on the
We're on the
Android?
same program.
Are you on an Android, JJ?
Yeah, I'm on the
Guys,
Android.
we are live on the show, so we gotta hurry up.
I know, but I hate to say it, but ain't nobody gonna watch it this far.
Yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. I don't know. I don't know how you can.
I watch it this far. I watched the whole thing. I put it on
I
my
gotta
big
go
screen
get me
TV
a
and watch the
joint
whole
now.
thing.
Okay.
You gotta go get a joint. Okay, you guys finishing up that question.
Wait, hold up.
Okay, no, we can hear you. Okay, we can hear Jay Hustle now.
Can you hear him?
I can hear him.
Can Brian hear me?
Brian, unmute yourself.
Yeah,
I can hear him. Okay.
All right, Brian, you can hear me?
yeah, I can hear
You
you.
just gotta talk a little bit louder,
Hey, Jay,
Jay
be quiet for a
Hustle.
second.
No.
How you doing, Jay?
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Go ahead. What go ahead.
Brian,
Yes, sir.
what you say about my kids?
What you got kids? I don't know.
Kid.
Babe, stop.
Huh?
What you say about my kid?
Oh, that's you. We're talking about you.
What you mean you talk about me?
I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Stop for a second.
No.
Let me
we're
talk.
not.
Let me just talk to him for a second.
Hold on.
You said that his kids handle the phone?
Huh?
No, nobody said that.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave it at that.
No, I don't know. He heard something different from what was being said.
Oh, no.
When he was trying to log in, nobody said anything about no kids. But anyway, okay, so he finally unmuted. Brian, you was finishing your statement with saying about the kids, the 14-year-old, and you was telling the story about something about smoking weed at a young age and blah, blah, blah. Can you remember where you left off at?
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Jay Hustle, is this story you?
What?
I said, is the story that she just
That's what I'm trying to ask.
No, it's not him.
Is that you?
It's not him.
Chill for a second. Let me talk.
He was given a scenario of what he went through. It had nothing to do with you.
Hey, let me talk for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
What you mean is that with me? The story, what you mean, dog?
That's JJ asking you that.
Who's talking and who's listening? I'm confused.
I'm talking. She just over talking me.
Okay. The question.
What you saying respectfully was the story. What you saying was that was me or what? I'm not sure what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the question I'm asking because I'm confused by it because you came in as if like the story that Donna just told that happens to be me. I was trying to clarify that right there.
Okay. Donna ain't got no story about me, dog.
We're not talking about you.
No.
Please. We're not talking about you.
Please.
This is an inquiring minds want to know. You came into the show late, so you're not where we're at. This is somebody who called in about this, and we are talking about their situation. That's what this is. That ain't got nothing to do with Brian, JJ, none of them. This is somebody else. So Brian and JJ and everybody is sharing their personal opinion because we're trying to help this person. Nobody's talking about nobody in particular. I'm just letting you know. We're on a live show. I'm just clearing it up because you just came in. Okay, so back to what we were saying. I was trying to find out from you guys what you felt about this situation with the 14-year-old smoking the marijuana with their parent at home.
And when I said something, he said, "Was that you?"
No,
so was he talking about you or was he talking about me?
No, he came in the way you had came in asking certain questions. He asked, was this question about you? Because you kind of came in.
About me?
Yeah, that's what he was just asking.
Niggas don't ask questions about me.
Okay, so I don't understand what's going on here, but I'm going to explain it. This inquiring minds want to know question has nothing to do about anybody that's on the panel or that's on the show right now. This is someone who has asked me to post this question, and we are giving our roundtable comment about it to help the person. When you're on the show regularly, you kind of know how this flow go. So you came in late when we was already talking about it. So that's where the miscommunication probably was. So Brian was just asking when you came in like that and you was kind of talking about kids, your kid, whatever you were saying, he was asking, was this question your question that you had asked me to post? And JJ asked the same thing. That's all it is.
Hey, but I ain't
I
asking.
thought it was because the way he asked the question. It was the way he
Right.
asked it. I thought maybe it was about him. I thought
Yeah,
I
and
was
they
like,
don't know because you've never been on the show before. So
yeah, we
they were
don't
just
know. So.
asking, was this question? And I was getting ready to introduce Jay Hustle. Jay Hustle is a very good friend of mine and also business partner. This is who does my music for me with my recordings and things of that
Okay,
nature.
nice to meet you,
Okay.
Jay Hustle.
And
I heard your
JJ,
music.
I don't think you ever met him
I heard his
personally,
music. I
but you
heard his
heard
music though,
about
and
him, right?
I heard his music. I like his music.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like your music too, bro.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So,
So
okay, that's what's
he had
up.
said he wanted to
That's what's
stop
up.
in on the show at a time or another when we were doing it. So this became the time that he wanted to join in. And that's what I apologize when I was trying to help him
It's
log on
okay.
and stuff. Because this is his first time
It's
on the
I
show.
like surprises. No, I was just like, what's going on? I didn't know. So we good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
No, that's all. That's all it is. And so he, we are all familiar with how the show flows and the content and stuff. So when he came in during the Inquiring Minds Want to Know. And that's why I just had to take a minute to explain how that works. It's no personal, nothing about nobody. It's just somebody wants to know what we think about their situation. So right now we're talking about the youngster smoking weed at home with his parents.
Yeah, but I heard the dude say that he was 14. He smoked some weed when he was young.
John, are you talking about Brian?
Yeah, I heard that. So then he said, well,
I was like 12.
Huh?
He said, well, do you do that too? No, I don't smoke weed with my kids.
He didn't ask you.
I ain't said that. You're not listening.
Brian didn't ask you that.
I didn't say he did.
Okay, you just saying you don't do that.
Yeah, I don't smoke weed with my kids, period.
Okay. Okay,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
James is saying he don't smoke weed with his kid. And I didn't ask any of y'all, did you smoke weed with your kids, right? I just asked you guys,
I ain't
what
got
did
no
you think
kids.
about this person's situation? Because they're writing, asking us for help. Because the woman is saying she don't think it's cool, right?
But
yeah, she said she don't like it. She's saying
you talk about that.
No, I wrote down the notes. She's saying
she didn't approve of it. She didn't approve.
Yeah, she don't approve of it, of him smoking the weed with his son, and she's saying he wants to have a kid and all that stuff. And
she just feels like, based on the notes that I wrote, she feels like he needs to reprimand his son behind posting it on social media,
right,
and other platforms.
But according to what she said, he does do that.
What you mean?
He does reprimand it. He does get in his butt, say, "Hey, you got to stop that."
He tells his son, "Don't do it on social media. Don't do it outside of the house. I'm letting you smoke this weed with me in the house." This is what he wants him to be the scenario. I'm letting you smoke it in the house with me, and I'd rather you get it from me, your pops, than to be out here getting his drugs off the street. But like Brian and I were both saying, he's 14 years old. What is the message that you're actually giving this teenage young child, not no 19-year-old?
He's still a kid, though, 14 years old.
He's still a kid. You're right.
Right.
But his dad is saying it's okay to smoke the weed at home with me.
That's not okay.
No, it's not okay. I don't think it's okay. Right. And that's the point. That's what we're talking about now. We're trying to see who thinks is okay, who thinks it's not okay.
I was 19, and my mom she condoned me smoking weed, but she wouldn't want me to go on Facebook with it. She would have been pissed off about it because at the time when I was smoking it, it was illegal. So I mean, now it's legal,
but you still shouldn't do it.
You still should. I wouldn't.
Not
do
with
it.
your 14-year-old,
I
right?
wouldn't do it, and I'm 37. You know what I mean? I don't get on social media and smoke and be like I'm smoking a blunt, and I'm 37. You know what I mean? There's,
Hey, JJ,
I just don't. They could take it and use it.
Made was hella tight, nigga. For real, I need to rap on one of the beats.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man.
I rip the shreds.
I heard you, man.
We talking about inquiring minds want to know. We gonna have a point where we gonna talk about beats.
Hey.
We gonna talk about beats. It's that time to talk about beats. Let's get through this question first. Helping this person. Let's get through this
his beats is raw too.
Of helping this person so we can get through with the show, you guys. Okay.
I get you.
Okay,
but
so,
let him know. His beats is raw too. I was feeling this. I like his stuff.
Okay, so what are we going to do? What are we going to tell her? What are we going to tell him?
She can't tell him how to raise his son. That's first and foremost. She can't.
Okay.
She can't tell him how to raise his son. Like Cordell said, they're not married. She don't really have a place to say. She can state her opinion.
Okay.
And I agree with her doing that because he is interested in her and he might want to know how she feels about that. Oh. But it's not this is his son. And this is what he decided to do with his son. And it's already too late. He's already out there doing it. He's put it on social media.
So it's already out there in front. Yes, so everybody knows now.
Hopefully he tones it down. But the way social media goes is they want you to keep the facade up. They want you to keep that image up. So
do you guys all agree with that?
I think he fucked up. But
that's
chip that he does with
leave it to Brian to say it like it is.
He just, that's the relationship between him and his son.
You're not on here no more.
Surprised that his son would go by.
Can't hear you. We all on Zoom and YouTube Live.
Media. He created that monster, but I think 14 got to let a 14-year-old kid play basketball, baseball, football. Be involved with those type of things. You as a parent, you gotta be that provider and that protector, but you also
gotta be that leader. You gotta be that leader.
Yeah, man.
Example.
Yeah.
You gotta be the example.
Yes. And that's the word I was looking for. You gotta set the example, be the example.
You gotta set the example.
Because at the end of the day, that, like you said, that child can come back and say, well, I do it with dad, or dad say it's okay. So what's wrong with me, shooting the shit out here with everybody else or however I want to do it? You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful and mindful of that. So it seems like they're on two different pages as far as coming together because she's saying no drugs in her home. If she's taking care of you and you a minor, ain't no drugs up in this house with no 14-year-old minor, period. You see what I'm saying? So that's in the middle of that person and their parenting style with their 14-year-old, which is 4 more years before 18, right? So that's going to be a conflict of interest right there for sure. But I just wanted to bring this one out here because I know I've heard a few people say that they do smoke with their kids and this and that. Usually they're young adults. There's 18, 19, 20, something like that. I have not heard of it being this young at 12, 13, 14. And my concern would be, what is the message? What is the reason? What is the example being set? In regards to doing that. So I just, we gave the best advice we could. I don't know what, what
can
else.
Can I say something more on it? I
Yes.
hope this sheds further light. There's a lot to be said about the generational gap that we have between each other. For example, I'm 38, but I'm in a relationship with a 48-year-old. If that makes any sense. So, there's a dynamic there, if that makes any sense, that I grew up with certain things, but for example, they were in high school when I was in like the 5th grade. If that makes some kind of sense, if that brings some perspective.
Yeah.
So,
We understand.
as far as
We understand.
if as you get older and you start to engage more in adulthood, that makes more sense than when you're a 14-year-old trying to do grown-up things. We're still in the developmental stage here as a 14-year-old. And I feel like the older generation kind of wants to get the younger generation to understand certain things too early. Or they
Yeah.
feel like a 14-year-old is more mature to handle certain things a little bit too early.
Right.
I think
Exactly.
I felt like I was made to understand things a little bit too early than I was ready at 14. I look at 14-year-old JJ and I don't feel like 14-year-old JJ is gonna digest everything that I would say to him
Right.
properly
Right.
because 14-year-old JJ didn't have those experiences.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna understand the way I break it down to him. And I'm being blunt, and I'm like, hey, like if I had a chance to speak to 14-year-old JJ, he's not gonna comprehend. He's a whole nother personality. He's a whole nother way of thinking. So when you introduce marijuana into that, you're you're putting you're putting certain developmental things into question.
You're hindering certain.
You're hindering certain
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I would have
um
to agree with that. I would have to
so
agree with that.
that's where I'm coming from. I gotta come from the perspective. If I'm talking to 14-year-old JJ, what is he gonna understand? Because I can't speak. I right now where I'm at, I can't speak for 14-year-old JJ. I've had a whole life. I've had a whole nother 15, 16 years beyond 14-year-old JJ that he don't even know nothing about. A whole nother set of experiences.
And
You
that's outside of the fact, like I told y'all, weed affects everybody different. If
everybody it affects everybody differently.
there are 5 or 6
But
of us right here, if we had one blunt and we all took a puff of that one blunt, it's going to affect us 6 different ways.
at the
Yeah.
same time, we
That's
want to
I
have
would agree. I would
we
have to
want to
agree
have
with that.
we want to have a connection with our youth. We that's what we can't take away here is we want to have a connection with our youth, and we want to make sure that they're okay. And I want to say that there is some kind of attempted care done here, but there is also a possibility of something going awry if
Mm-hmm.
things aren't explained fully
yeah.
here.
We can attempt to connect with our kids, but weed and alcohol are adult activity type deals. So those shouldn't even be on the table. You got to be like an inmate in your parents' house until you're 18. You have the right to remain
That's
silent.
bottom.
You've spoken
First of
to,
all,
you know,
I'm coming at. I didn't want nobody to perceive me as a drug addict
no.
because I had parents that partook in those activities, and I was about my image. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about my experience. So I waited till I was 19, and I waited until I was 21 before I started participating in alcohol. But to each their own,
To
you
each their,
know.
Yeah.
but think about it like this. as a grown man in your 30s, would you about having sex with a 14-year-old? Probably
Hell
not.
no.
Right.
Hell the fuck no.
One, it's not right. And just like sex, and just like when you get a little older, you'll have plenty of time to indulge in that type of deal. Go on and be 13, 14. Don't, that I think that
If I had kids, I want my kids to be as innocent as possible, and for as long as they can.
Yeah.
Because this world is messed up.
Yeah.
And this me being mild about the shit. I don't want them is the less they could be exposed to until they're 18, the better.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I want for my children. I want them to learn. I want them to cultivate their art and their education as much as possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Because all this other shit taints that. Everything. It taints all of it.
Yeah. Exposure through knowledge is one thing. Exposure through indulging is another thing. And that's all that I'm saying.
Right.
Right. Yeah. You're right. And, and I hope that this person is getting something out of this, because it's a very touchy, can be emotional situation. And I know there's people who are doing it, and some people think it's great. It's a good thing to do it, with your teenager, because you figure they gonna go out, especially say like if you find out your teenager is smoking weed before you even knew that they were. And so, they already done tipped over the barrel and doing it. So to make it more of a controlled thing, you say, well, okay, you smoke it here at home with me. I'll let you hit my doobie here and there, and that's it. I don't want you. I mean, that may not work anyway, because
I had somebody come in into my classroom. There was a substitute teacher and rolled the shit up right there in class and wanted me to participate in it. Thank God I had my mom to tell me different. Me and my mom already talked about it. What if me and her didn't have that conversation?
How old were you?
Well, they wanted you to smoke on it.
The substitute teacher sitting there reading the newspaper. He didn't give a damn. He's sitting there in his chair. He reading his newspaper. The girls came in the classroom and they rolling a joint right there, and they rolling a blunt in the classroom. They rolling a few blunts. And they was like, "Hey, JJ, come over here." I was like, "Nah, I'm good." They was like, "You need to hit this. You too stiff. You too stern about shit. Come over here." Yeah. I was like, "Nah, I'm not getting down with that." The teacher
Where it comes to being a leader and not a follower.
Lower the newspaper and then put it right back up. He didn't care. Yeah, this happened in high school.
Yeah, that's terrible.
High. I didn't say nothing about it because I didn't want to be no snitch, but that's what happened.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Kind of sad.
It is. It's real sad.
I had temptation come to me in my classroom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate and sad, man.
Yeah. Well, I hope that person is no longer teaching or whatever.
Wasn't the teacher's fault.
He was a substitute teacher.
Substitute teacher. That means that they were there for that day, maybe 3 days max. They're not going to try to rock the boat and stir up all this shit. They'll be going somewhere else. They're the
person that was trying to tempt me was one of my friends, allegedly.
Yeah.
They was one of my friends. I knew them, but they wanted me to get high. They came in my classroom trying to get me to get high with them. No, I'm not doing that.
That's right.
JJ, look at it this way. You knew the difference between right and wrong. Somebody gave you those values at a young age, right?
Right.
By having those values, you knew what was good for you and what was not good for you.
That's true.
Either a parent, next door neighbor, somebody, an elder, or somebody that really looked out for you.
It was my mother. My mother wanted me to smoke with her.
But you chose not to, right?
I chose not to.
So you make this choice for yourself. Even if
Right.
you make choices for yourself, you're making the best choices you can for yourself. Doesn't mean you got to do it. Just like old dads used to say, well, if Johnny jumps off the bridge, you going to jump too? No.
Yeah, I heard that
So
before. I heard that before. Yep.
it's up to you to make the choices that's best for you. So kind of
And he
like
did.
getting back to what I was saying earlier, is that even though these choices are made for this young adult, he's only 14, he's smoking at home, his dad's saying, hey man, don't do it. But if you got to do it, you could do it at home. Now, he's saying, I don't want nobody to really know you doing it, but if you go on TikTok, you get pissed.
That's real.
So he's still being a parent, but I don't think he's, let's say, furnishing him with pounds of weed or this and that or the other. But he's probably saying, hey, man, just smoke at home. You got to do it.
Right.
Make everybody know about your business. Tell everybody your business. Smoking down the street. I want you coming home high, but I don't want you leaving high. It's just like saying, if you're going to drink at home. Don't do it outside.
Yeah, but not at
That's
14.
right.
Yeah, but even at 14, I don't want you doing it. So, but if you're going to do it, let me know you're doing it. So I can make sure you're safe, at least you're safe.
At 14,
that's the same thing my mom told to me.
You got to be the perfect 14-year-old, up on all your studies, up on all your chores, very respectful. You're out doing your thing. You're probably not even going to have the urge to even want to smoke weed. So,
you won't have time to.
Yeah, you won't have time.
You're too busy.
You know what? When I was growing up, the most thing that was pumped into me was don't have sex with nobody. Don't get nobody pregnant. Don't catch AIDS. That's what was pumped into me growing up. So just thought I'd share that with y'all. That was the main thing. That's what I remember as a teenager.
I had it all pumped into me. Everything was being told, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this.
Yeah, they just don't. It was a hope, but those were the main things. Don't get nobody pregnant. My mom, my dad talking about don't make me no grandparent at that's such an age.
Yeah.
Now my dad is asking for grandkids. you where my grandkids?
He want at least one. God dang.
Hey, he don't give a damn if I adopt. Where they at?
Well, this has been an interesting show and an interesting topic for real. I do appreciate it. We didn't get down to our last question of the evening because it's 10 o'clock almost. So we gonna have to wrap it up, y'all.
I know.
And I think we was able to help.
So deep.
I hope we was able to help, but I still don't know if we gave them the right answers. But we did let them know our opinion about, what we feel about doing that and not doing that. I mean, you can look at it on both sides of the coin, right? So I hope it works out for this lovely couple one way or another. And I'm trying to look on here to see when we'll be back. I won't be back next Sunday. I have studio time. We're recording for my next fabulous CD. So you guys stay tuned for my notification of what day I'm gonna do. If I can't do a day during the week, it'll be the Sunday after next, which is going to be
Super Bowl Sunday. Good luck.
Huh?
That will be super.
It's not gonna be the 10th. When is the Super Bowl?
In 2 weeks.
On what?
That's 11.
Oh Lord. Okay, can't do it that day. Okay, so.
Hey, we your biggest fans, Miss Donna. We're gonna be here for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe we can work something out. I may have something going on Saturday, but maybe not. So maybe we can. You guys down for a Saturday show if we have
I'm
to?
down for a Saturday. I'm open. Just let me
Okay.
know. I'm
So
down
I'm
for a
gonna keep
Saturday.
you posted. We may do
Volunteering with
something
the thumbs
Saturday
up.
evening. It may be a late show, like about 8 or 9, when y'all chilling and kicking back and doing nothing,
Smoking weed.
smoking weed, having a drinky
Hey,
drink.
hey, I might puff one on the live just a tribute to this episode.
Hello.
I'm grown.
But we will
I'm
be back.
grown.
I'm gonna shoot for Saturday the 3rd, but I'll be, you guys look for your notifications. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Our YouTubers out there live, please like, subscribe, and share this video where we get grown and do our table talk on Sundays usually. We will see you back possibly next Saturday for some more interesting conversation. I appreciate the panel for showing up today. You guys are appreciated. I want you to be safe. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.